All right, so you know the drill by now, right? Another deep dive, another set of lyrics you sent our way.
Yeah, always exciting to see what you guys come up with.
This time it's Behind the Mask.
Ooh, interesting choice.
Yeah, it's a pop synth new wave, kind of a blend of things there.
Definitely.
But, as always, we're not here for genre breakdowns.
No, not at all.
It's about going deeper, right? What are the themes in here, the meanings, maybe even some hidden messages?
Exactly. And I think even with a track that's, maybe on the surface pretty catchy, you can still find some really thought-provoking ideas.
Yeah, I think that's what we're all about here, right? Like, proving that any kind of music can have these deeper layers.
Right on.
So Behind the Mask,
Uh-huh.
where do we even begin?
Well, the title itself kind of gives us a huge clue.
The mask.
Yeah, and it pops up right away in the lyrics, too. Like, there's that line, looking in the mirror, but who do I see? A face that's perfect, but it's not really me.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then later you get behind the mask, we all look the same. So what jumps out at you about this whole mask metaphor?
Well, it screams facade to me. Like this image we're putting on for the world.
Definitely.
Maybe because we think that's what people expect, or maybe even because we're afraid to show who we truly are.
Right, and that we all look the same part
Yeah.
adds another layer, right?
Really, like it's not just about hiding, it's about conforming too.
Exactly. This pressure to fit in, this loss of individuality behind this kind of standardized mask.
And that kind of makes me think about the environment too.
Oh. Oh, interesting. Tell me more.
Well, the lyrics talk about these high-rise dreams over and over again.
True. Yeah.
So it's not just any mask. It's a mask for a very particular kind of world, right?
What kind of world do you see when you hear high-rise dreams?
I don't know. I'm picturing something very modern, very urban,
Yeah.
Steel and glass and lots of ambition.
I can totally see that.
And it's probably pretty materialistic too, especially with the mentions of a designer suit and luxury.
Yeah, definitely striving for a certain kind of success, right?
But then things get kind of complicated because there's this undercurrent of something not being quite right.
Absolutely. Lines like, nothing's ever real, it's not what it seems, they really hint at a lack of genuine connection beneath all the glitz and glamour.
Right, like maybe everyone's wearing a mask in this world of high-rise dreams, so nobody's really being themselves.
Yeah, it's like this built-in superficiality, almost like a side effect of chasing those dreams.
And it's not just the outside world that's messed up either.
What do you mean?
Well, the lyrics also talk about this inner turmoil that's going on.
Ooh, yeah, like inside there's darkness hiding from the light.
Exactly, and then hiding the madness inside my heart, even blood on my hands. It gets pretty intense.
It does, and it's all happening behind the mask, right? Like this hidden struggle.
Right, so on the one hand, you have this image of success and perfection, but on the other hand, there's this darkness and chaos that nobody sees.
It's a fascinating juxtaposition.
And I feel like it gets even darker with this sense of things falling apart.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about those lines about losing control.
Yeah, exactly. Like behind the mask, I'm losing control and slipping further, fading away.
It really paints this picture of a downward spiral, right? Where the mask is becoming too heavy to bear.
Right. And it's not just about losing control, it's about losing yourself.
Exactly. Like maintaining this facade is starting to eat away at the person's true identity.
And that makes the setting in the outro even more interesting. The city of glass.
Oh, yeah. What do you make of that?
Well, glass is so fragile, right? But it also creates this barrier.
That's a good point.
It reflects things back at you, but you can't really see through it. So I feel like it's kind of symbolic of the isolation and deception in this world.
Yeah, like everyone's trapped in their own little glass towers, unable to truly connect.
And then to top it all off, you have that final line, the American Psycho, carved in stone.
Yeah, that one's a bit of a shocker.
Right. It's definitely intense and, maybe a bit extreme.
But I think it works because it suggests this really dark endpoint, right?
Yeah, like what happens when you fully embrace the mask and lose yourself completely?
Exactly. It becomes this cold and unfeeling existence, kind of a cautionary tale.
So basically you have this really powerful contrast throughout the song
Between
the external image of success and perfection and the internal reality of darkness and isolation.
Yeah. And it really makes you think about the masks we all wear in our own lives, right?
Totally. Maybe not as dramatic as an American Psycho, but still, we all present different versions of ourselves to the world.
And I think the song is asking us to consider the cost of that.
Right.
What do we gain and what do we lose by hiding behind those masks?
And maybe even more importantly, how can we break free and be more authentic?
That's the real question, isn't it? And one I think we all have to grapple with in our own way.
Food for thought, for sure.
Absolutely.
So there you have it, another deep dive complete.
Always a pleasure.
Until next time, keep those lyrics coming.
And keep thinking deeply.
We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.